Hello, I'm Mary Chan, the speaker coordinator for the eWomen Network Victoria chapter and CEO of Organized Sound Productions, a podcast production and consulting company. Our next eWomen in-person accelerated networking event, that is always a mouthful, is happening on Tuesday, November the 12th. And we are talking building your business by creating connection and community with Tracey Warren. Thanks for joining us today, Tracey.
Yeah, I am so excited about this event.
I know because you're like our neighbor. You also live in the Pacific
I
Northwest.
do.
Yeah, just in the Seattle area. And yeah, I can't wait to come up so you can help build community and connection with us. So
Sure.
before we get into the details of that, I want you to tell us who you are and why you are so passionate about having us build a community for our business.
Hmm. So I have been in business for about 15 years, focusing on social media marketing, but it's always been about the building relationships piece. And one of the reasons that it means so much to me is women work way too hard. They're trying to do all the things and meet all the people and go to all the networking events and join all the social media platforms. And I'm about like, okay, wait, how can we simplify? How can we identify who can we be listening to instead of trying to listen to everyone? Because, hint, that's impossible. And so I really want to make it easier for women in business to stand in their spotlight and shine brilliantly.
Ooh, I love that. And I also love like how you're putting the spin on social media because when people say social media, the words out of your mouth and then people start like eye rolling, social media. So I love the spin that you're gonna give with this talk. So without giving away all your secrets and tips now, what will our members and guests take away from your keynote?
One of the things I think that I do for people is give them permission. And I know you don't need permission, but when there's somebody who's been in the space for as long as I have, when I say, Uh, if your target market is over 50, you don't need Instagram. And people are like, oh, thank God, because I hate Instagram, right? Like, um, or whatever that looks like, that they're the simplicity piece isn't just about not doing everything, but it's about being intentional about what you do decide to do. And so that's really the focus is it's not about, oh my gosh, you have to be everywhere. Um, it is be where you want to be or where your people are. And here, let me give you some tools and ideas to make that not feel like a chore, but rather like, oh, okay. I like this. I
Yeah.
can breathe while I'm doing marketing because marketing for me is all about building relationships. And when you look at your marketing as building relationships, that already makes it feel different.
Yeah. And social media is just one piece of it, even though it's kind of dominated the whole entrepreneurial landscape. It is this community building aspect. And when we are focusing on our people, it streamlines it a bit more because we're not like focusing on everybody, everyone in the world.
Streamline is really good too. Like it's about intentionality and streamlining because my guess is that most of the members of eWomen Victoria chapter are connected to more than average. the number of people. Well, it gets overwhelming to try to, I mean, remember the old days of Facebook where you could actually catch up? Like you
Oh,
would
the good old days.
scroll and you would get to the end and you'd be like, okay, I'm leaving now. And I'll come back. Well, there is no such thing as the end.
Because they want you to stay forever. The
Forever.
social media algorithm.
Mhm.
So, yes, we're going to simplify some of that. I can't wait to learn some of your tools that you're going to be bringing with you. So, what would you say to members or guests if they haven't signed up yet for the event? Why should they sign up right now?
Amazing. But ultimately, it's not about me. I would sign up because the eWomen Network in Victoria is part of your community.
Ooh,
And
yes.
why would you be a member of an organization and then not come? Um, but in addition to that, I am a fantastic speaker. And it will be, I mean, I am. Uh, but it will be just a great way to connect. I am giving away an hour-long business and brainstorming session with myself. One of my zones of genius is taking your business and finding 100 different ways to create content around it. I have ADHD, and that has become one of my superpowers is understanding, it's so much easier to market for somebody else than it is for yourself, if I'm being honest.
I mean, it is the same for me and like a lot of other things. I'm great outer accountability for
Oh my
clients, but
God.
my own stuff, I'm like, oh, well, I randomly put a deadline on that. I can just move it, right? Like, so yes, having your wisdom on building our community and content and social media and stuff like that is going to be huge. And I've known you for a while now online, and I know how much fun you can be. So it's going to be even more so because you have that in person factor. And I can't wait to meet you in person for the
Yes, for
first time.
sure, for sure.
Okay, cool. So yeah, if you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? You got to be there to win that hour session with her, and to learn all about building connection and community to build your business. Tracey Warren will be joining us. It's happening Tuesday, November the 12th. The 13th. Geez, where did that come from? Tuesday, November 12th, starting at 11:30 a.m. with informal networking starting at 11. Of course, this is all in Pacific time because we are in person. We'll be at the Cedar Hill Golf Course. So if you haven't registered yet, you can always drop a comment onto this post and we'll get you all set up. And Tracey, again, thank you for coming from the Seattle area in your part of the Pacific Northwest. So I know if you can make it all the way from there, members and guests can definitely make it to our community of the eWomen
100%.
Network and join us for some fun.
Okay.
All
I'm
right.
excited.
Thank you. Yeah, me too. Thank you so much for joining us today.